What is up, everybody? NFL Week 15. I have 6 picks for you here for anytime touchdown scores. If you're new here, thanks for watching the video, and please go ahead and don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Anyways, let's get right into it. First play here, it's going to be the early game. Bengals and Titans. Give me Jamar Chase to score. Is there an easier bet in the NFL right now than this one? Chase has found the end zone in each of his last 4 games, and he's leading the entire NFL in touchdowns with a whopping 15. He's averaging 10 targets a game, so you know he's getting that attention, and that chemistry with Joe Burrow, it's better than ever. They may not be going to the playoffs, but they're making some history this year. And not to mention the Titans secondary is pretty solid, but they've surrendered a whopping 20 receiving touchdowns this year. This is my favorite play of the 6 I'm going to give you. 1 down, 5 to go. This is going to be a fun play here. I normally like betting on Bucky Irving, but he's out. So guess who's going to get all that love? It's going to be Rachaad White. It's going to be a good game. They play the Chargers, who are in the hunt for that wild card spot in the AFC. But Bucky Irving, he's set to miss this game with that back and hip injury. Rachaad White, he can run, he can catch. Last week versus the Raiders, he had 109 total yards and 2 touchdowns, and he's found the end zone 5 over his last 5 games. That dual threat makes him dangerous. The Goblin gives it the value. I love it. 2 picks down, 4 more to go. This pick wasn't available last week, but it's going to be available this week, and I'm talking about Brian Robinson Jr. To get in the end zone. They're playing the Saints, and Brian Robinson, 7 touchdowns in his last 10 games, and he's been a perfect 4 for 4 when playing on the road. And he's facing a New Orleans Saints team that has allowed the most rushing yards per attempt, 3rd most rushing back touchdowns, and a whopping 16 rushing touchdowns on the season. Not to mention the Commanders are over a touchdown favorite, which is going to translate into a heavy rush game script. Halfway there, 3 more to go. This is a play that's been money all year. We're talking about David Montgomery. David Montgomery has scored at least 1 touchdown in 10 of his last 13 games this season, which includes 4 out of his last 5. They're playing the Bills at home in Detroit, and the Bills rank 26th in rushing yards per attempt. And with an over-under game total in the 50s, I expect Montgomery to account for some of that himself. If you wanted to go Gibbs here, you could do that too. But there's plenty of love to go around with Sonic and Knuckles here. But I like David Montgomery more than Gibbs here to score. 2 more plays here. One's a running back, and I'm going to tell you who it is right now. It is Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, he started the year slow. He didn't get a touchdown in the first month of the year, but he's really been picking it up lately. He scored at least 1 touchdown in each of his last 4 games, as well as 6 out of his last 7. In his last 3 games alone, he's totaled 7 touchdowns. Jacobs will get a favorable matchup this week when he takes the Seahawks defense that allows the 8th most rush yards per attempt, and they've given up 10 touchdowns on the ground. But the Packers are going to run the ball early and often, and they've been running it really well lately, especially in the red zone. So Josh Jacobs, get that man into the end zone. Okay, everybody, we have 5, and I said I would give you 6. The last pick I have is interesting. It's Josh Allen, but Prizepicks has this funny way of adding and taking away props, so I don't have Josh Allen available right now. He is in my parlay, so keep your eye out for that. And I really like Josh Allen because he has 10 touchdowns in his last 13 games, and he's leaned into his running ability, especially later here in the season. He's had 4 straight touchdowns, and he's running a lot like Jalen Hurts, and he's getting that volume. Especially, you're going to see it here versus Detroit because they blitz at a really high rate. They're like the top 10 most blitzing defenses, so expect Josh Allen to be running. He's going to be on the move a lot in this high-scoring game that's going to be in the 50s, so I expect him to get in the end zone. But if he is not there for some reason, another play that I really do like is Jalen Hurts to score as well. They're playing Pittsburgh. Jalen Hurts scoring 4 out of his last 5. He scored against Baltimore, which is a really good defense. Scored against Dallas twice, which was a decent defense, but they've lost a lot of pieces along the way. So if Josh Allen isn't there, Jalen Hurts to score I really like that since they're not throwing as much. Jalen Hurts has been using Saquon Barkley on the ground and then his own legs. And those are the picks, everybody, for NFL Week 15. I want to say thanks for watching the video and good luck.